Hey everybody, Kevin Falvey, Editor-in-Chief of Boating Magazine, here today on another episode of Ask the Experts, brought to you by Sierra Marine Parts. And today we're going to talk about replacing your boat's fuel lines. You should at least annually inspect your fuel lines. If you have a strange fuel smell in your boat, if the fuel lines look cracked or cut or abraded or in any way deteriorated, it's time to change them. We're going to take you through the steps to show you how to do it. Safety disclaimer, working with fuel can be dangerous. Obviously, no sparks, no smoking, no sparks of any kind. Disconnect your batteries to ensure there are no sparks inadvertently occurring. And secondly, fuel can be bad for your skin and your eyes. Wear personal protection equipment. Let's go. The nice thing about parts from SierraParts.com is that they come with a lifetime warranty. First step, locate your fuel line at both the fuel tank and the remote fuel filter, if present. If not present, it'll be at your engine. You may be able to estimate the length of hose you need before ordering it. I suggest adding 10% to that number. This way, if you have to cut it, you've got some room for fudging. For gasoline fuel hoses, they must be rated Society of American Engineers J1527, U.S. Coast Guard A1 or A2, if they're going to be run through an engine compartment, as they will be if you have an inboard boat or a stern drive boat. You can use B1 and B2 rated hose if there is no engine compartment, such as aboard an outboard boat like the one we're going to work on. Now, the rating will be stamped right on the hose itself, as this hose purchased from Sierra shows. Disconnect the fuel at the filter end or the engine end. Collect any fuel that might run out by placing a bucket underneath the area you're working. Be careful. Wipe up any spill, open hatches, and wait for 10 minutes to ventilate the space before resuming. If you captured any spilled fuel, use a funnel and pour that back into your engine's fuel tank. Now let's disconnect the hose at the other end. Disconnect the hose to the tank and remove the hose clamp. Now take care when you're pulling the hose through. If you feel any resistance, back up, try again. Wiggle it a little, try again. You don't want to nick it or scrape it. Be sure to securely clamp fuel line at both ends. You can use screw-type clamps, but Oetiker clamps, like these from Sierra, are superior at resisting vibration and won't damage the hose, but you need the right crimping tool, like this one, to use them. Make sure you cut the hose ends square so they fit properly. We get emails at Boating Magazine all the time, stopped on the docks at boat shows, being asked about double clamping the fuel hose. Let me set the record straight. American Boat and Yacht Council Regulation 24.11.6 states, clamps shall be placed beyond the flare or bead of the fitting, or fully on the serrations, and at least 1 1/4 inch, that's 6 millimeters, from the end of the hose. Double clamping is only required on the fuel fill hose. Okay folks, we're going to show you the clamping procedure up here in the daylight instead of in the dark recesses of the bilge. So we've got 2 hose clamps already placed on the hose. Now at the tank and at the filter, you're going to have a barbed fitting like this. You're going to slide the hose onto the barbed fitting. Sometimes requires some persuasion. And then you're going to move the first clamp up. You're going to leave a little bit towards the end, tighten it down, and then you're going to rotate the other clamp 90 degrees to it and tighten that one down. Or you can use the Oetiker clamps, which crimp on, and they make a really nice connection. Next, open the fuel valve if needed, start the engine, and look for leaks. I'm going to reiterate that you have to be safe when working with fuel. The flip side of that is you have to check out your fuel lines on a regular basis and replace them when necessary. It's part of regular boat maintenance. Look for more boat maintenance tips on Ask the Experts, brought to you in conjunction with Sierra Marine Parts. Until next time, I'm Editor-in-Chief Kevin Falvey.